How to buy T-bills, Treasury notes, and Treasury bonds on the secondary market through a broker like Fidelity. This is part 2 of my 2-part series. In my last video, we looked at how to buy new issue T-bills on Fidelity. And if you're interested, check out that video right here. A link is in the video description. In this video, I'm first going to talk about the differences between buying US Treasuries on the secondary market versus buying new issue T-bills on Fidelity. Then I'm going to walk through how to buy US Treasuries on the secondary market on Fidelity step by step. All this right after. I am not a financial advisor. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Learn to invest like a wolf at your own risk. What's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel, Wolves of Investing. My name is Donnie Nguyen and I'm the founder of Wolves of Investing. If you're new, I talk about all things related to personal finance and investing. If you want to learn how to achieve financial freedom through investing, be sure to click on that subscribe button and notification bell if you haven't yet. And please remember to drop a like if you enjoyed this video, as it truly helps out the channel. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Why would you want to buy T-bills on the secondary market versus buying new issue T-bills? First, when you buy T-bills and other US Treasuries on the secondary market, you know what you're paying for before you buy. When buying new issue T-bills, you're given an estimated yield, but you won't know for sure what your yield will be until after the auction closes. So if you plan on investing a lot of money into a single T-bill, or if you plan on buying a longer duration T-bill or other US Treasury like a Treasury note or a Treasury bond, it might make more sense to buy it on the secondary market, so you don't get a huge surprise if the new issue ends up having a much lower yield than expected. A second reason to buy US Treasuries on the secondary market is that you can really filter for the yield and duration that you desire. For example, you can filter for US Treasuries maturing 10 years from now with the minimum yield of 3%. When buying new issue Treasuries, you're stuck with whatever's available. Fidelity typically shows the new issues that are being auctioned over the next few days. And even Treasury Direct only shows the ones being auctioned over the next 2 months. So if you really want to search a wider inventory of US Treasuries, the secondary market is the way to go. What are some reasons you might want to buy a new issue Treasury instead of buying on the secondary market? First, there are no minimums when buying new issue Treasuries. But on the secondary market, some of the yields displayed are only available if you buy a minimum number of those Treasuries. Each Treasury on Fidelity is worth $1,000. So if there's a minimum of 100 orders to get a particular yield, that means you'd have to buy $100,000 worth of Treasuries to get that yield. You can usually find a lower minimum purchase, even as low as 1 order, but the yield will also be lower. And you'll see that in the example coming up later. Second, if buying the Treasury in a taxable account, gains on your Treasuries bought on the secondary market may be subject to state and local taxes, whereas buying new issue Treasuries are exempt from state and local taxes. If this is something you're concerned about, you may want to consult with a tax advisor before buying Treasuries on the secondary market. Alright, so now that you know some of the major differences between buying US Treasuries on the secondary market versus buying new issue Treasuries, I'm going to walk through how to purchase US Treasuries on the secondary market on Fidelity step by step. And for this example, I'm going to be purchasing a T-bill. And after I walk through this example, be sure to let me know in the comments, what do you think is the better way to buy T-bills? New issues or on the secondary market? Alright, so first, we click on News and Research. Then click on Fixed Income Bonds and CDs. Then click on Bonds. Make sure you're on the US Treasury tab and that secondary is selected. From here, you can enter your search criteria, such as maturity date and yield. For this example, I'm going to look for treasuries with the maturity date up to July of 2023, approximately 8 months from now. And under ask to yield to worst, I'll enter 4% as a minimum. I can filter by the type of US Treasury, such as bills, notes, or bonds, if I want to. And I can also enter more criteria in this section if I want to, but I don't need to, so I'll skip that. As you can see, I filtered it down from 578 US Treasuries to 59. Then I'll click here to view them. On this next page, I can sort the list by several of the columns, such as yield to maturity. But I'm going to sort by maturity date, with shortest maturities at the top. And as you can see here, there are several Treasury bills and notes that fit my search criteria to buy on the secondary market. I'm going to attempt to buy this US Treasury bill that matures on December 27th, 2022. Note that the yield to maturity is 4.014%. But also note that the minimum purchase to get this yield is $250. That means I'd have to buy $250,000 worth of these T-bills to get this yield. If I only wanted to buy one of these, I could look in the depth of book to see what yield I would get for just placing an order for one T-bill. And as you can see, the ask price is 99.695, with the corresponding yield of 3.998%, if I only want to buy one of these T-bills. Just for fun, let's take a look at what would happen if I tried to buy one T-bill for the ask yield of 4.014%, which is the ask price of 99.693. First, I select the account I want to purchase this T-bill in. I'll go ahead and select my Roth IRA. Next, I'll enter the quantity of 1. And notice that it changes the limit price from 99.693 to 99.695. Limit yield and day are grayed out, so I do have to enter a limit price for the order type and fill or kill for the time in force. I'm going to try and enter a lower limit price of 99.694 to see what happens. Then I click preview order, and then I get this error message that the quantity specified in my order does not meet the minimum purchase amount required, which is $250,000. So let's change it back to 99.695. And this time when I click preview order, it takes me to the preview page. If everything looks good, I click place order. And now I can go to my orders page and see that the order did get filled. And unlike new issue T-bills, I won't have the opportunity to cancel the order because it goes through right away. If I go to my positions page, I can see the T-bill that I just bought right here. And even though I can't cancel the order, I can of course sell it back on the secondary market by clicking sell and following the process to sell the treasury, like so. I don't have any treasuries that I want to sell, so I'm going to cancel out of this sell order. So now that you know how to buy US Treasuries at auction as well as on the secondary market, to learn more about other types of fixed income investments, check out this playlist that I made right here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.